Hello and welcome to Toad Rolls Dice, where we're going to take a look at the demon side of both Codex, Death Guard and World Eaters with this new article from WarCom. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to do a Death Guard video and then a World Eaters video, but because they're releasing them together and they've decided to just lump half of the stuff in together but then some of it separate, I haven't covered detachments yet. That will be coming later today. There's going to be a lot of videos dropping today. I apologise. But there's a lot to cover and I was kind of hoping to be able to cover it better. But we're following how WarCom release stuff. So bear with me. What we're going to do here is go over the Daemon Detachments for the two codexes, because that's one article. And then later on today, there will be a video about the Death Guard and then a video about the World Eaters separately with their individual articles. We've already covered characters, I'll link that one at the end if you're interested. But this is all, it feels just a bit messy and honestly a little bit rushed. I know each release isn't necessarily a big release for GW with a combat patrol, an army box and a couple of codexes, like 3 different codexes each army, and I can see why they want to put all that together and throw it all out, but I don't think it's been done very well with the preview side. I would have rather have had, oh, it's Tuesday, that's Death Guard Day. Oh, it's Thursday, that's World Eaters Day. But this is WarCom. We're talking about WarCom here, let's be honest. But anyway, enough of the negative, let's focus on the fun stuff that you can do with demons in your respective armies. Bloodshed and buboes. How demon detachments work for the World Eaters and Death Guard. The armies of the Death Guard and World Eaters are swarming out of the warp and into combat zones all across the galaxy, spearheaded by new champions of murder and mold. Just like the Emperor's children before them, mortal champions can entreat demonic allies, and every codex includes a detachment that lets you field them in greater numbers. I like that shot. That might be the thumbnail. All the warp demony stuff going on in the... I know it's Photoshop, but still, that's cool. And that is a bloodthirster, right? Man, I like World Eaters. This is concerning. There are few honours for the World Eaters as great as fighting alongside Khorne's demonic servants, and they do this through the Khorne Daemonkin detachment. I like the name. Instead of using the standard Blessings of Khorne army ability, this detachment uses the Blood Tithe to unlock powerful abilities. Roll a dice anytime you destroy an enemy unit to earn a Blood Tithe point on a 3-up. Okay. These can be spent to trigger powers like Enraged Abjuration, which provides protection from psychic attacks and mortal wounds. Should the bloodshed become satisfying indeed, the Might of Khorne might let you activate 2 Blessings of Khorne. So their detachment rule, the Khorne Daemonkin Blood Tithe, each time a Blood Legions or World Eaters unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, roll 1d6. On a 3-up, you gain 1 Blood Tithe point, or BTP. At the start of the command phase, you can spend 1 or more of your BTP to activate one of the following abilities until the end of the battle. Okay, so Enraged Abjuration is 2 BTP. Blood Legions and World Eaters models from your army have a 5-up Feel No Pain ability against psychic attacks and mortal wounds. Quite nice. Demonic Rage, 3 BTP. Melee weapons equipped by Blood Legions units from your army have the Lance ability. Not bad. Boon of Blood for 4 BTP. Blood Legions units from your army have a 4-up Invul save. 4-up Invul on, I'm guessing that's demons. Nice. And finally, the Might of Khorne for 5 BTP. Blood Legions units from your army gain the Blessings of Khorne ability. Okay. I don't know what Blessings of Khorne is, but it must be pretty good. With this detachment, you can take Blood Crushers, Blood Tellers, Bloodthirsters, Fleshhounds, and Scarbrand. The Demon Tide stratagem enables an unending flood of violence, while you can benefit from an early yank on the Blood Tithe chain by claiming a Worthy Skull from an enemy character or monster. So a Worthy Skull is a 1 CP epic deed stratagem when, fight phase, just after a Blood Legions or World Eaters unit from your army has fought, and 1 or more enemy characters or monster models were destroyed as a result of those attacks. Target that Blood Legions or World Eaters unit, you gain D3 BTP, and you can spend 1 or more BTP you have to activate one of the Blood Tithe abilities. So a Worthy Skull, if you do that, you get 3 or D3 Blood Tithe points, and then you can spend it there and then to give them an early... That's nice. That sounds, for 1 CP, that sounds very nice. And Demon Tide is a 1 CP strategic ploy stratagem. When your command phase, target 1 World Eaters unit from your army. Effect: select 1 friendly Blood Legions unit within 6 inches of your unit. 1 destroyed mounted model, up to D3 destroyed beast models, or up to D6 destroyed infantry models are returned to that Blood Legions unit with their full wounds remaining. Wow. Restrictions: this stratagem cannot be used to return destroyed character models to attached units. That makes perfect sense. Okay, that sounds really fun. The Death Guard, on the other hand, have a more deliberate means of inviting demonic allies into real-time space via the Tallyband summoners. Very musical. Yeah, I have to say, World Eaters, I think for me, as someone who is inspired by Iron Maiden album covers, World Eaters is it. I don't get Death Guard. But let's see what they can do anyway. This detachment befouls battlefields with unparalleled efficiency, contagions carried by mortal and demon mixing together into something even more potentially truculent. When mortals and demons get within 7 inches of each other, they share their respective gifts, and the bells of Nurgle toll with reverberant rancidity. When in range of the Death Guard, the demons of the Plague Legions benefit from the Nurgle's gift ability, while their ceramite-clad associates have their contagion range amplified. This all sounds very good and very horrible. So detachment rule, the Tallyband summoners, reverberant rancidity. It's just fun to say. While a Plague Legions unit from your army is within 7 inches of 1 or more Death Guard units from your army, that Plague Legions unit has the Nurgle's gift ability. While a Death Guard unit from your army is within 7 inches of 1 or more Plague Legions units from your army, add 3 inches to that Death Guard unit's contagion range, so going up to 6, I believe, and then 9 inches if you have the Lord of Poxes. That's gross. You can welcome a whole horde of the Grandfather's favourite children into your army, including Beasts of Nurgle, Nurglings, Plague Bearers, Plague Drones, Great Unclean Ones, and even Rotigus Rainfather. Most enemies will want to hoof it away from these combined legions as fast as they can, but the ground has become mire slick, preventing such escapes. The clutching corruption that accompanies these demons likewise incapacitates foes, who become hapless fodder for the inexorable Death Guard advance. So, mire slick, 1 CP, strategic ploy stratagem, when your opponent's movement phase, when an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, is selected to fall back. Target 1 Plague Legions unit from your army that is with engagement range of that enemy unit. Effect until the end of the phase, while an enemy unit is within engagement range of your unit, each time that unit is selected to fall back, you must take a leadership test. If that test is failed, that unit must remain stationary this phase instead. Okay, that's going to probably be quite effective at locking down chaff units. And Clutching Corruption is a 1 CP battle tactic stratagem. When fight phase, target 1 Death Guard unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Effect until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit that is within engagement range of 1 or more Plague Legion units from your army, you can re-roll the hit on a 1 CP battle tactic. Okay, you really want to be having your Plague Legions and Death Guard units working together in this detachment, don't you? Both gods' demons will also remain in play with the detachments found in Index Chaos Demons, and you can pre-order each codex on Saturday. So, I haven't covered Index Demons. Let me know if you want me to cover Index Demons. It would be a lot of talking, and I'm not sure my voice is up to it yet, but yeah, I mean, that we knew that wasn't going to go anywhere. They've done it weird, but Soul Demons players, you basically don't have to buy a codex this edition. You don't have as many choices, but you don't have to buy a codex. Overall, I think that this sounds very gross and very themey. The Death Guard one, particularly themey. From what this is obviously a preview, they're hyping this stuff up. Take it all with a pinch of salt. This all sounds very good, and then the World Eater stuff sounds very good as well. I can't really fault any of this. Actually, the more that I read about the World Eaters, the more I'm interested and inclined to maybe look at picking them up. Because they just sound fun. I bet they'd be fun to paint, the models are stunning, and mixing in demons this way, I like how all this works. And these are, your blood tithe options are very strong. But that isn't, I also think that this is quite strong, being able to just expand your contagion ranges and things, and then sharing Nurgle's gift. Thematically, it all makes sense. I don't know if it's going to win you tournaments, but as someone who looks at the narrative side of things, I really like all this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. There will be more coming from both World Eaters and Death Guard later today on the channel. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.